Hello everybody, my name is Dillard, bringing you back another spicy meatball podcast. Without wasting any more time, let's get right into the podcast. So, first off, my chair decided to break off again for the 1000th bajillion time. I could literally take this apart and rip it off with my pinky if I tried because it's so loose. You put the screw in the back of the chair, or actually in the bottom of the chair, to keep the back up, and it ends up falling out every single day. So this chair has been with me for I think at least 6-7 years. It's been a very good chair, and also it's not as comfortable as time grows on, but I decided that I need to get a new chair because this thing is destructive and it's almost killed me multiple times. One funny story is that when the Yankees were playing the Red Sox on game number 2, when Brett Gardner hit a grand slam, I actually fell out of this thing because I was recording myself, and I'll show it here to let you guys see it.
Come on, do something with your 190 batting.
But as you can see from that video, I felt like I almost died and killed myself. My pinky toe was on fire. Out of all things, I don't know why it decided to be my pinky toe, not my big toe or anything else, but my pinky toe felt like there was a nail jabbing into it because I felt so weird. So why haven't I made a podcast in a while? Well, that's a very good question. It's because I've been pretty miserable lately. After I went to the Yankees and the Royals game, I got extremely sunburned, and it triggered me to get sick too. The sun decided, for whatever reason, directly on me, wanted to shoot a magnifying glass directly on my body and cook my entire body like an egg making an omelet on the sidewalk. Like, it was dreadful, it was awful. And the only parts that didn't get burned was obviously the areas where my shirt was covering and my jeans were covering. But even though I was pretty smart about that, so I didn't get my legs burned, it still sucked because it was so hot and humid that it was either A, you get burned, or B, you're sweating like a dog. So it was, there's no win-win. It's a lose-lose situation for me. The only win-win about this situation was the Yankees won. And I am now not on a losing streak watching Yankees games. I have officially watched my first Yankees game where they have won. Thank the baseball gods above, because I was getting sick and tired of it. It was very frustrating, and at some point I was like, is there even a point of seeing these games? Because I feel like I am a curse to this franchise. So I'm not feeling 110%, but I'm getting there. At least I don't have to blow my nose a million gajillion times a day. It's not enough snot to run an entire river system, so that's great. But I still do have a cough, which really sucks. I think that's starting to be worse, because even if I cough just a little bit, it doesn't have to be a humongously long cough and powerful cough, but it could be a really small cough, a really minuscule cough. And it feels like my lungs are disintegrating from the inside out. It feels like they are breaking itself apart. The bones are snapping, and it feels like my heart is going to jump out of my chest. And it sucks. It's the most painful thing in the world. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but it's not a very delightful feeling to have in this world. But other than that, the only thing about me that's a little bit different is my voice. That will heal over time. I'm sorry, but we're just gonna have to bear with it. And that's about it. I mean, my sunburns are getting better. They're healing. I still try to stay out of the sun as much as possible, so I limit my sun exposure, even though that really sucks to me because I love the sun and I love going outside whenever I'm not watching baseball games. But at least my sunburn is healing, and it doesn't affect me when I'm going to sleep. It doesn't affect me when I'm around heat sources at work. So that's great news for me. So we've already discussed some topics that are completely unrelated to baseball. Let's go ahead and dive into some baseball. Now, currently, I am wearing a Cleveland Indians hat. No, I am not a Cleveland Indians fan. I just plan on collecting a baseball cap and a jersey of every team. Probably not the Red Sox, but all the other 28 teams, because I already have a lot of stuff from the Yankees, and I do plan on stashing up my stockpile for the Yankees as well. But I am wearing an Indians hat because the Indians, they are the talk of the town. They decided that they wanted to come back to reality, and their offense was explosive game 2 and game 3 in the 3-game series that they had the Red Sox. Red Sox probably should have won 2 out of 3, but you know what happened? The Red Sox only won 1 out of 3, so what that means, even though the game today and this game actually is getting postponed today because of a rain delay. Now, this is actually going to be going up Friday, but I will be talking about Thursday's game, so you guys don't get confused. But that game is getting rained out, so we're only having a 3-game series for now with Boston. That game is getting basically, I think, remade as a doubleheader in August, if I'm not mistaken. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I do know that they're going to be playing one of those games remaking the Thursday game for a game in August. So that's fun. So we can also save an opener game. So all we have to worry about is J-Hap, CC Sabathia, and Herman going out there pitching as well as they possibly can do. So that's good. We don't have to worry about having a bullpen day or anything like that. But where am I going with this? The Indians decided to take 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox. The Red Sox got destroyed. What I mean by destroyed, not in score, but the Indians made an outstanding comeback in the 9th inning on Game 2, ended up taking the game 7-5, and then the Indians. I posted a video. I actually posted 2 videos. Now, a lot of people were like, are you posting these because they're Red Sox and the Red Sox are losing? It's actually because I'm planning on uploading videos that's not just Yankees, but occasionally if crazy things happen, such as apparently the Indians decided to do back-to-back crazy. So that's why I uploaded back-to-back videos that were Indians videos, because it really has nothing to do with the Red Sox losing. It has just more the fact that Indians, I mean, they just did crazy stuff back-to-back. They pulled through. They just played amazing baseball. Other than the pitching from last night. The pitching was horrendous, very painful to watch from both sides. Not just the Cleveland Indians, but the Red Sox as well. But other than Game 2, where the Indians made an amazing comeback in the 9th inning, they also beat the Red Sox the next day, which was yesterday, which I'm not even going to... You guys get what I mean, okay? So I'm not going to try to tell you what day it is, because I'm already confusing you with the whole fact that today's game is canceled and going to be remade in August. But Game 3 for the Indians versus the Red Sox, the game was basically ended in the 9th inning with a score of 14-9. It was a very painful game to watch if you're a fan of pitching, because there was no pitching from either side, but the Indians exploded. They kicked the Red Sox while they were down from losing a awful comeback from Game 2, and they recorded 3 triples. Now, the Indians, they hadn't recorded a triple this entire year, and then they recorded 3 triples against the Red Sox, tacked on 14 runs. Carlos Santana, he had a chance. I was rooting for him. I really wanted to him, but he wasn't able to. He struck out, unfortunately. But Carlos Santana was a single away from the cycle. He had the home run, the triple, and the double. So the Indians, they had everything going for them offensively. It was just a complete destruction in Boston, in Fenway. Not a great game for the Red Sox. Definitely not the pitching. The pitching was horrible. If I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, the Indians pretty much almost scored at least 1 run against every pitcher that the Red Sox threw up onto the mound. They almost scored a run in every single inning, too. They got very close. I was rooting for the Indians to try and score at least 1 run every inning. They almost did it, but they didn't. They fell short just a little bit. But that's why I'm kind of wearing an Indians hat, because, I'm not a Red Sox fan at all. Okay, obviously you can't be. You're a Yankees fan. I am a baseball fan all the way, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy that the Indians completely demolished the Red Sox for 2 games. But that's a good thing, because what that means now for the Yankees is you got to kick them while they're down. Don't give the Red Sox any hope. They're probably at maybe not their lowest point, because they had some pretty low points at the beginning of the season. Nobody expected them to do what they did in the beginning of the season, especially coming off a World Series win. World Series hangover? I don't know. Only time will tell. But they are in a very vulnerable spot right now. Let me go ahead and check the standings so I give you guys an updated standing. So right now, the Red Sox are 7.5 games back from first place, and the Rays are not first. Let me rephrase that. The Rays are 1 game back, which is not good. I was really rooting for the Blue Jays to win, but what can you do with the Blue Jays? I mean, come on. The Blue Jays have not been very reliable this year. Blue Jays are 21-35. Rays completely swept them, destroyed them 3-game series. Not the 3rd game. They didn't destroy them. They walked it off. But, I mean, come on. Blue Jays couldn't do a dang thing to help Yankees fans out by beating the Rays at least one time. Would have been. I wasn't expecting the Blue Jays with their team and their core, their rebuilding mode. I did not expect them to win 2 or 3 games. Definitely not 3 again. I did not expect them to sweep, and I didn't expect them to win 2. Just 1 game. Just 1 game. Even 1 game sometimes can matter, and the Blue Jays couldn't do that. So, they disappointed me, couldn't help us out. But where I'm going with this is the Red Sox, they are 7.5 games back right now. You got to kick them while they're down right now. Don't wait. You got to do it right now. And I'm not saying that the Red Sox are going to get swept. And I'm not saying that the Yankees should sweep them. Now, that would be fantastic because there would be so much Twitter beef and so much Twitter arguments, and it would be just a fantastic sight and a glorious sight to behold for Yankees fans. They would have so much to talk about, but I'm not saying that we should sweep them. I'm saying the Yankees, they need to take 2 games at least. You don't have to sweep them, but take the majority. Take the series. Kick Boston while they're down. Go after the throat immediately. Don't waste any time. Produce runs. Be very aggressive with the pitching. The Yankees have been just outstanding. They've been winning series after series after series. We just got done winning a series against Padres. Won 2 out of 3 games. We won the last game. So we are on it's not a big streak, but it is a 1-game winning streak. Now, let's build upon that. The Red Sox have lost 2 in a row. Let's build upon that. Let's cut the throat off, not literally, because this isn't, the Renaissance in France, but like pretty much seriously, you need to put the pressure on the Red Sox. They are very vulnerable. They're very weak. You got to put the pressure on them, do damage, get them out of the way. Don't even let the Red Sox, I know there's a whole season left, but don't give the Red Sox the chance, the momentum, the desire to have that positivity and that mindset to come back and try and win the division. Do not let it happen. So it is still possible for the Red Sox to obtain a wild card position. It's really possible for any of us. It's possible for the Yankees to fall and obtain a wild card position. And, I hate to say it, but they could end up falling out of the playoffs. Now, I don't think that's likely. As a Yankees fan, I'm going to deny that 110%. As a Yankees fan, I'm going to say we're going to win the division because I have that much confidence in my team and in my organization. So other than that, I'm going to go ahead and post these videos in here. If you guys missed them, here's a chance for you to go ahead and re-watch them because I did post them to my YouTube channel, at least the 3 triples I did, not this one. But I'm going to show you the 3 triples that the Indians basically acquired playing the Boston Red Sox. And I'm also going to show you a play in the same game that made me very confused. I'd be very concerned if I was a fan of the Red Sox right now.
There goes Mercado, and Santana crushes one. Deep center field. Jackie Bradley Jr. racing back, won't get it. Hits off the center field wall and then goes by Bradley. Mercado racing home. He'll score. And into third with the Indians' first triple of the year is Carlos Santana. Yanks it. Fair ball down the right field line, headed for the corner. That's going to bring home Ramirez. Jake Bauers racing into third. Sarbaugh says, come on home. And going to third base is Greg Allen. The Indians have tripled twice here at Fenway in the first 3 innings. Greg Allen drills one to deep right field, but Betts won't get it. It's going to one hop into off the wall, and he's going to turn around second.
Come on.
He's going for third. And the Indians have 3 triples on the night, 2 of them courtesy of Greg Allen.
What is it with this ballpark and Greg Allen? He's a different person in this ballpark.
High pop. Oh my goodness, they've let it drop.
Wow.
They were looking at each other and neither one of them took charge. So Oscar Mercado's
says thank you.
gonna get a base hit out of that.
He says thank you very much. Holt should have had that ball.
So as you can see, the first clip was extremely obvious. The Indians recorded 3 triples, their first 3 triples in the year, which is pretty interesting. It's something else that they decided to do that against the Boston Red Sox out of all teams. But that play, that the Red Sox decided not to catch the ball. Very interesting. Not really sure what was going on. I guess Yankees fans don't really have too much to say about that, considering Clint Frazier has had his struggles out in the outfield. But, come on. You got to catch those balls. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. This is not Little League. You got to catch those baseballs. So, other than that, what else news is coming out of the MLB? Well, the Mets decided to fall apart and be the Mets that we know. And the Dodgers made a huge 9th inning comeback, walked the game off.
Fly ball left center field. Backing up Gomez, makes the catch. Here comes Bellinger. What a magical night.
The Blue Jays, like I said earlier, did not help the Yankees' case. They decided to get walked off in the 11th inning, 4-3 to the Tampa Bay Rays.
Now 2-1. And the fly ball center field. That ball is a base hit, and the Rays will win it.
The Washington Nationals absolutely destroyed the Braves. The only runs that the Nationals decided to give up was a grand slam by Austin Riley.
No balls and a strike. Swing and a drive right on cue. It's a grand slam.
The Angels and Athletics were tied until the 11th inning, where the Angels had a massive, explosive 11th inning, scoring 5 runs.
Lucroy off the end of the bat, out to shallow center. That will bring home 1. Fletcher's being waved around. The throw from Laureano's cut off. 2 RBI single for Jonathan.
And last but not least, a very interesting game I decided to mention before I go ahead and dive into the Yankees and Padres game. The Rangers and the Mariners, they were going back and forth. You think the Rangers bullpen was going to give it up. Then 1 minute you thought the Mariners was going to give it up. And the Mariners decided to not cash into the opportunities that they had. And the Rangers took home the victory 8-7.
1-0 pitch and a bouncer, first base to second base, 1 back over to first, in time, got him, double play, and the ball game is over.
What a nice double play.
So the last game I want to discuss is game number 3 versus the Padres. The Yankees beat the Padres 7-0, shut them out. Outstanding job from the Yankees in general, not just the pitching, but the hitting and the defense. Everybody came together and played a great baseball game, and what a hell of a job this team did. They decided to get some runs in a hurry, did not waste any time. Back-to-back home runs from the first 2 hitters, DJ Voit. Both went long ball, 400-plus shots for both of them. DJ and Luke, outstanding job to get right into Chris Paddock's head. And then Gio in the second inning went long as well and decided, hey, I want to join the party just like DJ and Voit are doing. I want to hit a blast too. So he hit a blast in the second inning, and by the time the third inning was up, we were winning 3-0, which was outstanding. So here's a very interesting thing. A lot of people were very concerned that Chris Paddock, the dominating rookie pitcher that he has been this year, would get into the Yankees' head. And here's the thing. It doesn't matter what pitcher you are. It doesn't matter if you're Snell, if you're Sale, if you're Glasnow, if you're Paddock. You got to get in these guys' heads early. They're pitchers. They're humans at the end of the day. Everybody messes up. They're not perfect. It doesn't matter how good of a pitcher you are, how good of a hitter you are, how good of a defensive player you are. You are a human at the end of the day, and you're going to mess up. You're going to have those days. You're going to have bad days. That's just how it is. That's just how life works. We're all human, and that's how things go. So what you got to do, and I tweeted this too, and it's like they decided to check my Twitter and like, oh, we got to listen to this Dillard guy because he knows what's up. But that's what I said. I was like, you got to get into Paddock's head. And I was not worried. I was not worried in the slightest bit. This Yankee team has overcome a lot of adversities. They have done so much with the team that they've had. And they look outstanding every time they step onto that diamond. Even if they lose, they're very close games. Notice how most of the games that we've lost recently are only by 1 run. They could be down 15-0 in the 9th inning, and they would still find a reason not to quit. Like, seriously, they are just that gritty and that good of a team. But that's the thing. You got to attack these great pitchers early. It doesn't matter if it's Sale, it's Snell, if it was like Archer in his prime, because I know Archer's been heavily struggling this year, so I wouldn't say Archer this year, but I'd say Archer in his prime. But it doesn't matter who the pitcher is. We got to Glasnow. We got to Snell. We got to Snell twice. Not just once, but twice. So we can get to Paddock, and we got Paddock. And that's why, as a Yankees fan, I'm not worried at all. I'm just not. I'm not worried one bit. Earlier in the podcast, I said that I am not worried at all about the Yankees winning the division because I am very confident that this team will win the division. But like I said, it doesn't matter who the pitcher is. You get to him early, you get the momentum going with the offense, you shut down his confidence, and that's how you win baseball games, ladies and gentlemen. Last, but certainly not least, the Yankees pitching was outstanding. 9 innings pitched, gave up only 4 hits, 0 runs, 3 walks, struck out 10 batters. Just an outstanding job. Good job by James Paxton. I am so happy that James Paxton is back, and James Paxton came back with a fiery force. He gave up 0 hits, 0 runs. He only walked 2 batters. He struck out 7. I mean, he did outstanding. And I know why some people were kind of a little irritated that they pulled him out early, but there's a good reason why Paxton was pulled out early. He just came back. They don't want to force him to pitch a lot of innings and pitch a lot of pitches. So it's very understandable. He did his job. I know a lot of people were holding their breath with Chad Green, but you know what? Chad Green, he got the job done. Adam Ottavino right after, job done. Holder right after, job done. Cortez, I know he got himself into kind of a sticky situation, interesting situation with bases loaded in the 9th inning, but you know what? He got out of the jam. The Padres didn't score a damn run in this game, and the Yankees had one of the best games that you will ever see as far as offense, defense, and pitching combined together. So that pretty much wraps it up for today's podcast. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you are very new to my channel, make sure you do subscribe and click that bell notification so you don't miss any of my videos. YouTube is very iffy, so hopefully the videos will be sent out to your sub boxes and you'll get notifications for them. Other than that, make sure you also do like and comment if you did enjoy the video. And without saying any more, have a great day, guys. See you guys later.